Hello, today I'm going to do some lamb shanks, or a lamb shank, which is there. So that's a home kill. And what I'm going to do it in is a cast iron pot. It's here. And it's basically in the oven at 150 degrees, about 150 degrees for about 3 hours. So basically the idea is that the meat will just fall off the bone. And I'm also using it as an excuse to use up some odds and ends from the fridge and the garden. So what I've got is some pork fat that was rendered off when I was making pork scratchings, some bit of beef stock which came from roast beef last weekend, tin tomatoes as the juice, and onion, carrot's quite carby, so I'll just grate that, so I won't put that in. The green pepper or capsicum, mushroom, got some mushrooms, so I'll just use one mushroom. Garlic, now I use the crushed garlic, it's the organic crushed garlic, pre-crushed, because there's a bit of a nuisance to try and crush a garlic every time we use it. Salt and pepper, of course. There's powdered mustard, Coleman's mustard. I also put in some chicken stock just to up the meaty flavour a bit, and also use some daikon that I've had in the fridge for quite a while. And I won't use too much of that either because it's got a reasonably distinctive flavour to it, so I don't want to overpower the rest of the food. And also from the garden, I've just got some parsley. I'll put the parsley in, a couple of bay leaves just to lift the taste, and some oregano, as we call it, oregano. Right, so I won't bother with having to watching all the prep, so I'll just carry on. I'll just put the lamb shanks into the pot, just to get a bit of a heat and browning to it. And I'll also put the what have we got? The garlic, the pepper, and the onion, and the carrot, and I'll just put those in there to saute, as well as just putting that in for a short time just to try and do a bit of browning on it. So I won't go too mad doing that. Right, so I'll do the prep of all that lot and come back to you. So as I said, I'm not doing huge amounts of the vegetables and such like, so I've just chopped up the onions, capsicum or peppers, and I've just grated the carrots. So I put those in just to saute them. And I know that's off camera a bit, so. And also put the lamb shank in to brown a bit. Right, lamb shank. So that's that. I could pat it down a bit. Just a bit of kitchen roll. Maybe just put on a bit of salt. Right, so I'll clip that too, so I don't need. Okay, so I'll put that into the pan. And I'll just leave that to brown up a wee bit whilst I prep the juice to go on it. Oh, actually I could put the daikon in too, so I'll just do the daikon prep. So I'll just cut a little bit off. And again, I don't really want to have an overpowering amount. Just pop that in. There we go. Alright, so that's coming together. The next thing is to make the sort of the juice or the roux to go with it. And so what I'll do here, let's pull the focus out of it. Right, that's better view of it. Right, okay, so I've done the carrot, I've done the onion, I've done the pepper, I've done the fat. So I've just got a bowl. So I've got some tomatoes, some tin tomatoes. Now it's quite a thick tomato juice, which is good. They're also Italian tomatoes, so they're quite spicy, or quite strong. What I would like is having tomato paste, but I don't have any handy, so I think the whole lot can go in. There we go. And because they're not chopped, I'll have to chop them. Right, now I didn't want to fry the mushrooms because they tend to shrink a lot, so I've cleaned this off, just taken off the bits of dirt and stuff, all bits of growing mixture. Just chop that up into about 4 small bits, and I'll put that in there. I've done daikon, so I'll move that out of the way. So I've done that. I've also got the roast beef dripping, so I'll put that in there. To make it a bit stronger in taste, I'll put in a bit of mustard powder. Again, that won't go mad. I've also put in some Maggi chicken flavour. Again, not too much. About half a teaspoon to a teaspoon worth. And also the garlic. Well, I could put the garlic in there, no, I'll put it in here. Now, I've got this pre-crushed, certified organic, blah blah blah. But I don't take the cap off. I just make a hole in it. If you take the cap off, it can stink out the fridge. Leave the cap on, it makes it airtight. So just make a hole in the cap if you're going to use this. And then I'll just take a half teaspoon or something. Ooh, missed. Clever. Try again. There we go, that'll be you. Also put in the salt and pepper. And this is white pepper, so not the black pepper, it's just kind of a bit overwhelming. And some salt. Right, give that a quick stir. And that's basically going to be the liquid. If you haven't got enough liquid, just add some water to that. So this is browning up quite nicely, I think. So just give that a bit of a move round. Yeah, it's browned up a bit. So you don't need to have enough liquid to cover it. It's just the liquid for it to cook in. But this has got a sealed lid, so you won't be getting any of the evaporation. So let me go to now. Now the next thing to do is just to add in the herbs for the American herbs. Don't know why they don't say the eggs, but there we go. Herbs. So I'll put in the bay leaf, put them in them, they're pre-prepped with those. Give them a bit of a wash because they've come out of the garden. And then just chop up the oregano or oregano and parsley. Right, okay. Cool. Now, because it's been cooking for so long, it doesn't have to be fine chopped because it will just melt down in the long cooking process. So my technique to doing this chopping is to just use the seesaw motion, so this bit half doesn't move, and it's this bit that goes up and down. So, and then just moving it with this hand forwards and backwards. You will get some of the herb stuck on the knife, so just carefully avoid the edge. Move it off there. Okay, we're all there. That's all I need to do for the prep, really. So just to do a recap, I put that in, I put the garlic in, I put salt in, and I put did I put salt in? Oh yes, I did. I have to rewind on that. Right, pouring it in. Pour it over everything. I'll try and get the bay leaf buried so the flavour comes out. And I might just put a wee bit of water in there to wash all that out. And put in the herbs. I'll say it's a little bit cold water. Oops. Okay, so that's about it for preparation. So I say it's more just what I've had in the fridge, but you get the general idea. This will be a tomato base. If you've got some leftover wine, stick that in. If you've got some beer, stick that in. So it's what I call a rural type pot to eat from. Now that's that all done. Put that on there. So I'll then pop that in the oven and put it on for 3 hours. So I'll see you later on. Cheers. Right, so here we are about 3 hours later. Been on at 150 centigrade in the oven, and it's done what's required. So there has been some dehydration of the juices of and the idea is to cook it until it just falls off the bone. So I just So here, you can see it comes clean away from the bone. So yeah, that's ready to eat. If you have a go, bon appetit.